Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine programs. And today is Laid Back Friday on the Kiz Ouch, and I appreciate the couch. I like the couch. I'm chill on the couch. I enjoy, endure, and just absolutely adore the couch. And so today's show is really interesting for me. I got one nice little bottle of wine here. A lot of peeps, after the Wine Spectator went crazy on this, asked me to taste this wine. It is the 2006 Falesco Sangiovese, $9.50, 90 points, Wine Spectator. Obviously caught a lot of people's attentions because A, Italian wines are super popular, and B, you know, a lot of people drink Chianti and Brunellos, and people just like Sangiovese in general. Under $10, 90 points Wine Spectator. Is this good? And if so, then let's rock it out. So here I am, absolutely willing to taste it for the Vayner Nation. I'm thrilled to do that for you. And I got a bunch of questions, and I've got to go into my little Casey Kasem action because it's a shout-out filled show today on the Thunder Show. First and foremost, though, something very important, something that I think you will absolutely appreciate, something very secretive and very exciting will come to you, but you need to be subscribed. I know a lot of you just come here every day and you know it's going to be here, or, you know, some of you are subscribed via iTunes or other things, but there is a little button here, subscribe, right up here. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Very, very interesting. I think a lot of you are not subscribed. I'll learn to phrase that. I know a lot of you are not subscribed, so you may want to, because you'll be getting a special gift that non-subscribers will be getting. So, I don't want to, but you know, I'm going to tell you, it's very secret, and you're going to like it, and everybody's going to be happy, and it's going to be really, really good. And, you know, and I'm telling you, it's going to be really exciting. So, anyways, that's very important. Number two, lurkers. We've now decided, we've run reports. We were here all night last night doing inventory, but I also had the computer team doing a very special side project. We're going to be blocking lurkers from being able to see the show. We're taking your IP addresses and we're blocking them. We're going to give you a, we're not going to give you a virus, but we're going to put up like a monkey like laughing at you, like, no Thunder Show for you. But, you know, really the only way you can save that now is it's too late. You can't leave a comment today. You're unsaved. But I guess you can buy a lurker shirt. Link it up, and then we'll let you get that. That was a fun little thing for the lurker shirts. Those are a lot of fun. People love those. I actually see those more out and about in the store and anywhere else than any other shirt. Mott, but you have a shirt coming. And a lot of controversy about, is it Mott, link it up, or is it link it up, Mott? I'm about to. You know, so a lot of controversy. And so, yeah, you know, yes, the comma. The comma is key. The colors. You know, so much controversy that I think I'm going to make Adriel throw up some more designs. And we're going to continue the voting. We're going to go tournament style. We're seeing this first round. We're going to come back with some more stuff because we're trying to get as many Vayniacs happy about the Mott Link It Up t-shirt. Mott Link It Up t-shirt. And so we're going to do that for you. So all that. And now I know the people watching for the first time are like, when does the guy drink wine? I mean, so I'm going to snippy snip this wine for you, my friends, first. And then I'm going to read a couple questions. And then I'm going to drink the wine. Very limited, nose kind of tight, nothing too much interesting going on here. I get a little blackberry flavor coming through, nothing too extravagant. A little tiny hint of like old mint. Like, have you ever had a mint leaf and just left it out, you know, the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, yeah, you know, it's like a 5-day-old mint leaf that's just been hanging on your counter. Mixed in with a little bit of cherries. Nice little dirt bomb coming through as well. But nothing crazy. I mean, not in love with the nose. Oh, the Casey Kasem shout-outs. First and foremost, Marquis Xavier Carter has entered the world on January 19th. Big ups for entering this world. It's a good one. You're very lucky, Marquis. And welcome to the world. That's extremely nice. And the baby picture came, and it was so, so nice. Also, a very, 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 very special happy anniversary to Jody from Nelson G. He loves you. You should see this email he wrote me. It's a good dude. That was very nice. It's like the new way to like get your chick to like you. Get a shout out on the Thunder Show, and it's like thunder happens. So that's pretty cool. And finally, a big happy birthday to Joey Johnson from his bro Maddie. You know I love the brother love. If you didn't see the show with AJ this week earlier, please go back in the archives. That was really rad. Great job by Maddie giving his little bro, it seems like, Joey J. I like the JJ squared. big birthday. So let's go into James Murphy's question. He says, you hate the Oak Monster. I hate the Oak Monster. Everyone I know hates the Oak Monster. So why is he still with us? In other words, why do Cali and Aussie winemakers over Oak? JM, great question, because the answer is you're wrong. Most people love the Oak Monster. You know, maybe the people that watch the show, and once you're really into wine, I think it becomes a thing like it's just too much. It's like too much of a good thing. It's kind of like drinking Red Bull all the time. It's over the top. But when you first get into wine, and you've had other kinds of wines, a big Oak Monster Fruit Bomb wine is going to really get you excited. So maybe your crew rolls deep and doesn't like the Oak Monster. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan, though I'm sure a lot of you have seen an interesting shift lately with my palate. I'm getting a little bit more. Listen, everybody's getting carried away. I've read some of the comments. I'm not all about the fruit bombs now. Look what I did to the darn Charles Chimkey yesterday. But I definitely am enjoying wines a little bit more than lately over the last course. And let me go little time machine on your butts right now. Time machine. Oh crap, 1999. 2000's gonna be crazy, ma. Anyway, I'm loving these fruit bombs. If the Thunder Show had been going on for 8 years, you would have seen 3, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have been all about the Turleys, the Martinellis, the big bombs from California, Aroha, Colgin, Bryant family, and the Australian invasion of 1998 from Barossa. So palates change, we all change. You have to embrace your moments. I really had an eye-opening experience, you know, on the show yesterday. You saw me a little bit, well, it's really starting to change for me a little bit, which I think is interesting. So to answer your question, the answer is because a lot of people still love Oak. And I'm not trying to change that. The Oak Monster, as you know, I like embracing the Oak Monster, but he gets a little scary on me, so I got to be a little bit careful. Daniel Oliveira says, Gary, I have a niece that was born in 2007. I'd like to buy some wines to put away for her when she's old enough to legally drink, which in Ontario is 19. Are there any wines, any wine regions that had great vintages in 07 that I should look out for? Any wines that will last into 2026, Daniel, great question. And I'll be able to answer that much more accurately probably in the fall to winter of this year as I get a chance to be exposed and taste for myself instead of what people are writing about a lot of the 07s and how they taste. So hopefully I'll be able to answer that question for you over the next 6 months to a year. Please watch every day unless you might just miss it. And John Portman, I'm going to do 3 and I'll taste and we'll go back. John Portman says, Valentine's Day is here. I mean, I guess in theory it is. What do you think? What do you think? Chocolate champagne or chocolate wine? And what's choice? John writes like I do. You know, I'm way worse actually, John. So don't worry. I'm not trying to diss on you. I think you're saying what should go with chocolate. Do I think a champagne or a wine should go with chocolate? I'll tell you, Lizzie adores chocolate. To me, there's a very, you know, Cabernet is very good with chocolate. Grenache is extremely good with chocolate. I'm a very big fan of Rollin' High with the big, powerful, spicy Zinfandels. I found them to be really exciting. I've also had a lot of luck and a lot of fun with old world Malbec, a little core action I like with chocolate. Also, some of the Languedoc-Roussillon wines have been very good with chocolate, mainly Syrah Grenache blends. So a lot of ways to go chocolate. Chocolate is actually a very flexible dessert with wines. There's a lot of things that shine. Sauterne and Bagnoul, late harvest Grenache. There's a lot of things you can do with chocolate. I almost think, you know, champagnes, yes, even. So actually the real question should be is like, what doesn't go with chocolate, you know? Really nothing, you know, with me in pairings. But so to answer your question, I think Valentine's Day is here. What do you think? Chocolate champagne or chocolate wine? Yeah, I think that's the question. I mean,
maybe chocolate and champagne.
Well, what do I think of chocolate and champagne? And chocolate? I'm not sure. I hope I answered your question, John. If not, zap me over. Anyway, let's get into this wine. Super Bowl this Sunday, Mott. I don't know if you know.
I thought I heard something.
Mott, did you subscribe yet up here? I'm telling you.
I live it.
I mean, you. Snippy snip one more time. Again, the Sangiovese, you know, from Umbria, which is, you know, producing some great wines. Let's give it a whirl. This is made by world-class winemaker Riccardo Cottarella. Not even close. I mean, below average. How about that? Let's start with that statement. Period. And the show mod. Below average. I'm serious. No, I'm just kidding. This wine is really, really meh. Sour cherry is the only flavor profile I'm getting. I'm getting a little pomegranate, but a dirtiness component, a lack of focus, no mid-palate. It's like fruit, disappear. It's like Casper the Friendly Ghost on your ass. And then a sour, bitter, awkward, dysfunctional, defunct, sad finish. This wine has a sad finish. I like that. You like that? Sad. Wow. 90 points, Wine Spectator. Ripe and full, cherry berry aromas gain complexity, just as ripe and forward on the palate as the nose. Let me add a couple lines. It also will increasingly make your mouth feel like you want to run and exchange it for any other mouth on the human earth. Sadness. This wine is actually quite poor in my opinion. It's very awkward, dysfunctional. I'm on dysfunctional. I'm going to score this wine 77 points. That's how far off I am on this. I think it's wine, and that's about it. I think it's actually very poor. I've tasted a lot of jug wines, magnums at $8, $9 at, restaurants. Yeah, I'm not a snob. You go to a little, Olive Garden and, they pour I'll drink that stuff. Citra, This is weak. And really, from a great wine producer, from a great winery, an obnoxiously overrated wine, in my opinion, for Pat in Seattle, who really was pushing me to taste this because it's the greatest thing since the Jets. You're probably right. I mean, this is like the Jets season of 2000. This is bad. It's bad. Sorry. What a great week, too. Yesterday's show had some good wines. The day before, I figured, here's a great wine. Like, 4 people, Mott, have told me to try this wine. A couple have been, like, yelling at me, like, you've got to, we know you carry it. We see it on the site. Please put it on the Thunder Show. Your Vaynerchuks will go wild. I think you guys are out of your mind. Email me if you want to discuss. Wayne Clark says, are there any New World wines that would be comparable to Chateauneuf de Popes? Wayne, absolutely. There is an obnoxious amount of Rhone Rangers coming out of, Paso Robles, Santa Barbara. A lot of people doing, McPrice that we had yesterday that a lot of people, we wanted you to sign up for their mailing list. They're making some interesting wines. There's a lot of Chateauneuf de Pape type wines out there. There's a Denner wine from that Viognier we had the other day that I was down on, that I almost put on the Thunder Show today instead of this, which I really wish I did. That's making some good stuff. I haven't had that one. Hopefully we'll get to it next week maybe because I've been dying to try it. Yes, there's a lot of New World people doing the Chateauneuf de Pape thing. They're more fruit bomby, they're more over the top, but some of them are very good and very exciting. And so I'll try to, within the Ask Gary application, send you some links to some from us and other people that are selling those kinds of wine. Josh Lee says, here's a question for you, GB. As embarrassed as I am to be asking such a seemingly trivial question, I think the fans will be interested to know, what the heck do you do with all the remaining wine in the show? That's a great question. I get it asked every day. Every single day do people multiply, maybe 5, 10 people a day, email me and say, what do you do with the wine? Here's what happens. We have some Vaynerchuk characters here. For example, you saw Big Bear not too long ago, last week. He's a big, this guy's big. Like a big bear. He drinks like half of it. Then we give it to the staff. They get to taste a little bit of it. Then we have like these secret elves that live here overnight when I leave, and when I close, they get in there. And so through this whole like crazy little family we have here. Oh, and then if you go to pressyourluckofwine.com, you get in there and you get a little package in the mail where you get to taste the remaining. So there's a lot of different ways that the wine eventually disappears and goes to zero. So I hope that answers your question, Josh. And finally, I can't get over this wine. I'm going to like retaste it because I feel so bad. I could be totally losing my mind. I don't know. And finally, Art Hawk says, hey Gary, allow me to restate the fact that you rule. That's awesome. I get so many you rule, you're Radul, you're awesome, you're the king of the world. You guys are so darn smart. I have 2 questions. Which show did you discuss your method for swirling the wine around in your mouth? Mott, that's the how to drink wine or how to taste wine episode. Mott, link it up, baby! I'll send it to you. I can see you're confused already. I'll put that down there.
I remember the number.
Mott, do you know in like 3 weeks we'll be rolling into our 3rd year of Wine Library TV? Is that insane? There was that whole period when I was fat, you know, in like December of 06 into like February of 07. You gotta go look at those.
You were younger.
No, I wasn't younger. I was fat. Mott, I was fat. If you watch the first episode, I was skinnier. And then like in December of 06 through like February of 07, I'm fat.
Okay.
You gotta check it out. Anyway. I can't get over the U rule. Got that. Discussing where can I buy wristbands. You can't buy these things, baby. You just had to be an original to get onto this one, and you had to follow the maze to get this one. But don't worry. Rumor has it is there may be others. I'm not sure. I doubt it. Sunday's Super Bowl prediction. Yeah, this one. I'm going to go Patriots 36, Giants 17. I'm sorry, Giant fans. Believe it or not, I hate to say this. This is the only time you'll ever say it. Hear me say it. I'm rooting for your New York Giants. The G-Men is who I will be pulling for on this Sunday. But to be honest with you, I'm pulling for injuries, commercials, and the NFL draft. And finally, the question of the day. And this is very intimate. I'd like to see a lot of people answer it, except lurkers, because you're now blocked from the ITP address. Sorry, guys. And don't forget, sign it up. I'm telling you, more Mott t-shirts next week. Options, more voting. Brandon M got all crybaby on us.
Yeah.
What is the biggest change in your wine life in the last 6 months? Because you. With a little bit of me. That's why I need comments. The interaction's amazing. Have a great Super Bowl and a wonderful weekend. And do me a favor. Call everybody you love tonight and tell them how much you love them. Hug them, kiss them. You will be so happy you did. It's how I roll. We're changing the wine world. Whether they like it or not. Mott.